Hello there. This is MediMarx, and I had a pretty good realistic battle in a non-Russian plane, so we'll run that out here. I played it with my buddy Frio, who's a fellow TF2-ite. Frio didn't have a particularly good game, so I'm not going to share the audio from it because he dies basically immediately. BF-109E1 is what I'm going to be flying out. It's a Tier 2, basically Tier 1 fighter plane for the Germans. It features 4 rifle caliber machine guns, a reasonable turn time at 18 seconds, a reasonable climb rate at 22, and a pretty high max speed. A lot of people use BF-109s as boom and zoom fighters, but it's actually more of an energy fighter, which is a kind of a loaded term. Energy fighting means a lot of things. But without further ado, we'll get into our little replay here. Okay, so here we go with the takeoff. I'm waiting to see Frio load in. So we're going to be chilling for him for a little bit. I'm going to start rolling forward because he says he's in. That's not Frio there, so he's the other BF-109E1. There's one directly in front of me, but that's not the Frio man. So if I can get a view of him at any point, then I'll show you that. But otherwise, I'm gonna cut the video so that you don't have to watch us fly at a 15-degree angle for 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, there's me finding my angle. I haven't really flown this plane a ton, so I was trying to find like what the optimal climb rate or climb angle for it was. And I can't see Frio. Where is he? Oh well. See, I'll cut the video and get to come back to you when the fighting starts. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to start turning here. You can see the red dots in front of me. Those are B-17s that are part of the level or the mission. And with 4 machine guns, there's absolutely no way that's ever going to happen. So this plane, this version of the plane was mainly Spanish Civil War and early World War II. And there's our first victim flying at a medium altitude. I don't want to tear my wings off, so I'm going to shut my engine off, and hopefully the audio doesn't glitch out like the last replay. We're going to get the camera to swing around. I can't... Okay, so here we go. It is a bow fighter. The bow fighter is a very hated plane, as Smooth would call him a bow fighter. But some people also call it the bro fighter. It's a pretty good plane, especially early on. You'll run into it at Tier 2, so pretty early on into the game, you'll start meeting bow fighters, and they will make you miserable. I treat this plane like a boom and zoom here, mainly in that I drop down on that bow fighter. I'm looking around to see what sort of situation I'm in. I have to maintain my energy if anybody starts to get close to me. I'm going to let that bow fighter go, because I saw he was a giant flaming pile, and I don't want to be a kill stealer, so no need for that. I see 2 red dots over here to the right, and I'm looking around just to make sure nothing crazy's going on. And there's the bow fighter goes down. I hit him, but that's about it. There's also a BF-109 E1 over here off to the right that's over the 2 red dots, so there's one directly in front of me. I'm going to put my combat flaps on. That was that popping noise. So there was a head-to-head taken there. I don't think anybody died from it. And now I'm going to try to outclimb this situation, because I built up a lot of speed. Not climbing, not really doing a whole lot. There we go. So I'm going to duck out of the head-to-head that was offered to me. I'm going to put my combat flaps on and go into a loop. And there we go. So their energy level is very low. They're running from 2 attackers, and I'm directly on top of them, moving basically just whatever speed I want. And they're now above me. I was going a little too fast. Still kind of a noob at the realistic combat, so I'm just trying to get my nose onto them. There we go. So it's a Hellcat. That's an American plane, very sturdy plane, and very powerful, really. I'm zoomed in trying to get hits. Lots of other people are shooting him. I'm just trying to get my nose on him. I've also, in doing all this turning and nonsense, I've lost all my energy. So if there were actual other red people around here, then I would be dead. And there are some. So I got that kill. I broke his wing off. You didn't see it in the replay for whatever reason. I believe by this time Frio has already died. There he goes. So Frio's getting critically damaged. I don't know what happened to him, but here's the Spitfire, trying to get my nose on him. And he's gonna turn pretty darn crazily. It didn't look so much like that in the actual server, but the replay really makes him look like a UFO, just sliding through this guy, going every which way. So I dropped down on him, that gave me energy. I climb away. I'm gonna go back in for another attempt. But he did the right thing there. Now I'm conflicted as to which targets I should go for. Should I try and pick on this guy again? Or deal with that other guy that I saw in front of me? So this Spitfire down here is doing exactly what you should do. He's watching me, and he sees me dropping down on him, and he just waits and then turns out of my way. So he can't actually hurt me, so because his energy level's too low. So I can just keep doing this all day unless somebody interrupts me. And eventually I'm going to end up positioned, or he's going to get bothered, and he's not going to be able to turn how he wants. So that guy's going to have to get off of him, because he doesn't want to get into a turn fight, and he's being chased. I'm just going to leave him to die. I'm going to leave that Spitfire alone. I have second thoughts about leaving that guy to die. But he's gone, I can't find him. So there he is again. And he must have been saved. And I see this pea shooter here. I'm going to hit him a little bit, fly past him. It's not really worth it. That was an AI pea shooter, so I wasn't really going to go crazy about it. This Spitfire down here is what I want. And I'm having the hardest time positioning myself for it, so we're just going to keep doing this. Eventually I will figure out how to do it. So now I've bled all my energy again, and I'm coming in. Again, some of these are hits. You can see them flopping from the hits, even though on the screen it looks like they're not hits. So we got other people coming in. Solid hits there. And now I'm invested in this turn fight. And I'm right behind him. So that's pretty much what you want. And he should be going down. So that's his left wing popping off. And he's on fire. So that's the kiss of death. People trying to kill Steel. And there we go. So there's another one. And a P400 diving down. He's trying to turn. So there's risky. So I had to get out of that angle so that he couldn't shoot me. I'm going to cross the other way, and there he is. So hello, P400. Hit him a bit. He's actually crit by a BF-110, but the BF-110 I don't imagine is going to be able to stay on him. Oh, he is actually. So I'm just helping out a little bit. I climb over the bullets of the BF-110 because he would shred me. And I'm just going to let him have that one. I don't think that's not our guy. We'll see. As I said, good old Frio, he's dead already. He got beasted pretty much right at the start of combat, which is, in realistic, it's a major bummer because we just spent like 4 minutes flying to the location and you die immediately. So, ripping pizza, Frio. Alright. Since it's getting late on, I don't feel bad about this. Normally, in this plane, I wouldn't really want to mess with a bomber because you don't have very many guns. So I give him some wing and tail hits. This plane in arcade in particular, or when people are first playing through the game, gets a lot of gripes because it's got a pretty weak armament, particularly if you don't really know how to aim. For me, in realistic, I'm not used to the flight model yet, so I don't know how to position myself really, but contrary to what the replay shows, I can generally hit shots. So I'm just trying to get in position here. I want to kill that gunner if I can, so I popped some shots into him. He's still alive though. Now I'm going to just start shooting the wing, because it seemed that his gunner stopped shooting. So I'm shooting at this right engine, that's what I want. There we go. So I got the engine and the gear. Now I'm going to move to his other engine. The gunner still isn't really shooting at me, so... Alright, I'm going to duck out. I don't have any ammo left, I don't think. I take a little bit more. His gunner did put some holes in my wings. You can see the daylight fluttering through. And I survived. Frio's dead, though. I should note that. And at this point, that Wellington is burning down. You can see him. You got 2 other people kind of around there. But he's dead meat. So sooner or later, he'll crash into the ground and give me my kill. He's still floating down. It's beef. I call them beef Wellingtons because they're real beefy, and Chef Ramsay always goes on about beef Wellington. But in any case, it's a pretty heavy plane. It's only got 2 engines, and it has a difficult time flying with 2 engines. So with only 1, it's not going to stay up. There it goes. So I'm RTBing because I have 21 bullets left, and I'm gonna land and restock here, but the game's actually gonna end before I get the chance to do that. So I got myself 3 kills in realistic in a plane that is an admittedly good plane, but a plane that when I was leveling it playing arcade, I really struggled with.